Hi there, Michael from the Urban Homestead Academy. What we're going to talk about today is growing a wide range of crops for food security. And one of the issues when you want food security is if you only grow one crop, if you only grow potatoes or you only grow some pumpkins, there's a lot of risk factors involved with that. You've got seasonal factors. If your potatoes don't do well, like for example this year in Tasmania we had a very, very wet spring, and thousands and thousands of tonnes of potatoes have been lost, especially in southern Tasmania. One grower down the road from us lost 2,000 tonnes, and a lot of those were seed potatoes for next year's planting. So it's a good idea, as much as possible, to grow as many varieties as you can. So as you can see here, we're actually growing 17 varieties of potatoes. One variety of potato might not do well one year, but then another one will do better than that one, for example. So what happened with the Irish Potatoe Famine, you may have heard about that. They grew one variety of potato and then they got an early blight bacterial disease in the potato and they lost the whole crops and caused mass starvation and mass immigration. So that's a lesson we learn about biodiversity. The more varieties, the more species we grow, the far more food secure we are. So we've got things like the root crops, as I said, 17 varieties of potatoes. We've got pulses that we're growing. We've got a lot of root crops, very, very hardy. Incidentally, the root crops are one of the best crops for food security, and the reason for that is that most of the root crops will stay at least 12 months in the ground. As you can see, we've got some red onions here. These have been 18 months in the ground. So these are the new season's red onion, and that's the one that's been in there for 18 months. So if you get up one morning and there's no food in the supermarket, and you've got things like root crops, you're going to have food security. Potatoes are another one that they can store for up to 12 months, no problems at all. Leafy greens, very nutritious, and if you're running chickens as well, it's a really good idea to have a lot of leafy greens, because if you run out of grains for chickens, they love the greens. Obviously pumpkins, really good one. This is a good one, little dwarf one, golden nugget, but most of the pumpkins store for up to 12 months. Really good food security crops. Zucchini store well. Tomatoes you can freeze. Capsicums you can freeze. So that's just a basic rule of thumb. The more variety of plants you've got, the more varieties of vegetables you're growing, the more food secure you're going to be. Have a great day.